What's going on, y'all? My name is Nick.
What's up? This is James, and we're the Eugene Brothers. This channel is for the gladiators, the warriors, the champions, and the everyday man and woman and children too.
Man.
Hi-
Anyway,
How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good, bro. We actually have a pretty serious one today called She Left Him, Stole His Money, and Married Another Man. Her ex came back with revenge. So, this is a video about Tiffany Wade, a successful woman who thought she could have it all until her choices caught up with her. She left her ex, took his money, and quickly married another man. But what she didn't expect was the shocking retaliation that would change everything. So, you guys, please stay tuned for this chilling story because this is definitely going to be a good one. Um, but let's actually just get right into it, y'all. As always, if you find any value in this video, please like, subscribe. But let's get it, y'all.
A chilling case from Philadelphia, a story of ambition, betrayal, and a mother's life cut short in front of her own child. This is the story of Tiffany Wade, known as Neela Amore, a woman who built an empire only to face a deadly reckoning. Was it love turned lethal, a business deal gone wrong, or a promise of vengeance kept? Hit that subscribe button, share this episode, and let's dive into the secrets of this unsolved case. October 7th, 2023, dawned crisp and clear in North Philadelphia. At 11:47 a.m., Tiffany Wade, a vibrant mother of three, posted on Instagram with a cryptic edge. "Everybody wants to be seen, but catch me making the right move, and I'm gone for good." Hours later, gunshots tore through Platinum Cuts barbershop on the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue. By 2:04 p.m., Tiffany was gone. Her life ended in a pool of blood as her 7-year-old son, still draped in a barber's cape, screamed for his mother. The killer? A man who believed she owed him everything. Tiffany Wade was a force of nature. Born June 17 in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, to a devout Muslim family, she defied expectations early. By 20, she was a registered nurse, a milestone that filled her father with pride. But Tiffany's ambitions stretched further. Online, she became Neela Amore, the blueprint, a beacon of inspiration with 3 thriving businesses.
So I don't know if you guys can see it, y'all, but notice she became Neela Amore and she got up to the 447,000 followers. So she was blowing up. But check this out, y'all.
Cass's Care for home health care, Kissed Amore extensions for luxury hair, and Seasoned Kisses, her newest venture into culinary arts. Her Instagram was a vibrant tapestry, Quran verses in the morning, motivational quotes at night, urging her thousands of followers to chase their dreams. "Don't let storms stop you," she posted. "Some are man-made, not from God." A single mother after losing her own mom, Tiffany poured her heart into her 3 children, her eldest daughter, wise beyond her years, her middle child, full of spark, and her youngest, a 7-year-old boy whose father was Armin Hilton. At 44, Armin was a name that echoed fear in Chester, Pennsylvania. His rap sheet, kidnapping, robbery, weapons charges, painted a man both respected and dreaded. Once Tiffany's husband, he became her darkest shadow. Their marriage, rooted in community expectations, crumbled under his criminal life. Before prison, Armin made a calculated move. He transferred his valuable properties, real estate, cars, assets, to Tiffany's name to shield them from seizure. "Hold it down, baby," he said. "When I'm out, we're set." Tiffany, bound by love and their son, agreed, but time changes everything. While Armin served his sentence, Tiffany didn't just hold it down. She built an empire. She managed his properties with a savvy he never anticipated, investing profits into her businesses. Cass's Care grew. Kissed Amore extensions became a go-to for luxury weaves, and Seasoned Kisses hinted at her culinary dreams. By the time Armin expected to reclaim his world, Tiffany had transformed it into her own. She changed locks, sold properties, blocked his calls, and embraced a new life with a fiancé who promised a fresh start.
All right, so so before we go any further, I think let's try to like unravel this, yeah, because as you guys could probably see, Armin, right? This was the ex. Before he went to prison, he pretty much said, "Yo, baby, hold it down." He transferred all his wealth to Tiffany Wade. And he's expecting to come out and reclaim all his riches, and she done transformed her entire life. So I just want to hear from some of y'all in the chat, y'all. Like, do you think what he did was stupid? Do you think it was a very reasonable thing? Because when I initially heard this, I thought to myself, like, this is actually very reasonable. Like, I think many men would like to believe that their woman would hold them down, right? And not necessarily going to prison, but just in general. Like, if I entrust you with any type of finances, that you're not going to just take my wealth and just run off to the sunset with, especially with another man. Like, what comes to your mind, James, before we go any further?
Were they married? I believe I heard they were married.
I believe so.
Okay. So I think she's dumb. I'm a just keep it 100% because we one, she was married to this man. That was his belongings. Two, she's Muslim. She knows better. She comes from a religious background. She was never supposed to mess with this dude in the first place. He had a criminal record, right?
Right.
So this is the stupidity that I'm talking about. These people, they marry and they date known criminals. He's known around, I don't know what it says, Philly or Pennsylvania, whatever the case may be. He's known around to do criminal activities. She knows that. And now you steal from him. That is dumb. One, another thing too, three, you married this person. I don't think you even got a divorce. They don't mention that. And now you already hop into the next dude. So that right there shows me her character.
Yeah. All right. So
You know better. In Islam, if you steal, they cutting your hands off.
Yeah.
They cutting your hands off. You know better. So
all right, let's keep going, y'all.
Her Instagram glowed with luxury. Chanel bag, birthday party.
apparently something will happen. What you guys think in the comment? Can you guys see this? Can you guys see us? Can you guys see us?
Hey, sorry about that, y'all. I hope my fault. My apologies, y'all. My internet was tweaking. Let's see if we could get this up and started again.
Today, we're stepping into a chilling case from Philadelphia. Old son, still draped in a barber's cape, screamed for his mother. The killer? a man who believed she owed him everything. Tiffany Wade was a force of nature. Born June 17 in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, to a devout Muslim family, she defied expectations early. By 20, she was a registered nurse, a milestone that filled her father with pride. But Tiffany's ambitions stretched further. Online, she became Nila Amore, the Blueprint, a beacon of inspiration with 3 thriving businesses. Cass's Care for Home Health Care, Kissed Amore extensions for luxury hair, and Seasoned Kisses, her newest venture into culinary arts. Her Instagram was a vibrant tapestry, Quran verses in the morning, motivational quotes at night, urging her thousands of followers to chase their dreams. Don't let storms stop you, she posted. Some are man-made, not from God. A single mother after losing her own mom, Tiffany poured her heart into her 3 children, her eldest daughter, wise beyond her years, her middle child, full of spark, and her youngest, a 7-year-old boy whose father was Armin Hilton. At 44, Armin was a name that echoed fear in Chester, Pennsylvania. His rap sheet, kidnapping, robbery, weapons charges, painted a man both respected and dreaded. Once Tiffany's husband, he became her darkest shadow. Their marriage rooted in expectations.
Yeah.
Once Tiffany's husband, right?
Right. So she was married to him.
So I'm not here. So I'm not crazy. So
Right.
you see already how she messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Continue.
Crumbled under his criminal life. Before prison, Armin made a calculated move. He transferred his valuable properties, real estate, cars, assets, to Tiffany's name to shield them from seizure. Hold it down, baby, he said. When I'm out, we're set. Tiffany, bound by love and their son, agreed, but time changes everything. While Armin served his sentence, Tiffany didn't just hold it down. She built it.
Pause again. So Armin is the father of her only one son.
Yeah.
The other 2, she's a single mother.
Right.
So that's strike 2.
No,
That's
fact.
strike 2. You're Muslim. You're Muslim. You have 2 children. They don't say out of wedlock, but you have 2 children. You met Armin, who's a known criminal. You have your 3rd child. You see,
man, but one thing that I'm thinking about is like the life choices that you make. Like as a Muslim, why are you saddled up with a man of that reputation and that caliber? Like this is the kind of stuff. Like, so when you met this man, did you not understand that the danger that you were already putting yourself in? And did you think in your mind that you could actually pull this off without setting this guy, nuclear? But hey, let's keep going, y'all.
Built an empire. She managed his properties with a savvy he never anticipated, investing profits into her businesses. Cass's Care grew. Kissed Amore extensions became a go-to for luxury weaves, and Seasoned Kisses hinted at her culinary dreams. By the time Armin expected to reclaim his world, Tiffany had transformed it into her own. She changed locks, sold properties, blocked his calls, and embraced a new life with a fiancé who promised a fresh start. Her Instagram glowed with luxury, Chanel bags, Gucci dresses, trips to London and Egypt, and a lavish white birthday party dripping in elegance. To her followers, she was living the dream. To Armin, every post was a slap in the face. In his world, loyalty was ownership. In Tiffany's, independence was betrayal. His threats escalated, chilling messages Tiffany bravely shared online. I'm a psychopath, he wrote. You ain't making it out of Philly. Thank my son-in-law, you're still walking. She posted these words, a digital cry for help, warning her followers of the danger closing in. Some saw a bitter ex, others a deadly promise. Tiffany stayed in Philadelphia, perhaps defiant, perhaps believing he wouldn't cross the line, not in front of their son. On October 7th, Tiffany took her youngest to Platinum Cuts for a haircut. The barber shop, nestled between a check cashing store and a deli, was a community hub where stories and laughter flowed. Around 1:47 p.m., a man burst in. Witnesses later described a black male in his 40s, driving a white sedan. Armin Hilton. No hesitation. No words, just 2 shots, one to Tiffany's torso, one to her head. Her son's screams shattered the silence as Armin turned and fled, leaving his child to watch his mother fall.
So you got to understand, like, that's extremely intentional. One to her torso, and then boom, another one to the head. I mean, he was really trying to finish the job. He was trying to finish the job. Like, he was not even, it wasn't a one shot. It was just like, I'm going to make sure this woman never, ever pull this shit ever again.
Look, as much as I think she was in the wrong and foolish for what she did, he's also equally stupid because you just came out of jail. You know how hard it is in jail. You know the limitations of your freedoms that you have in jail, right? And this is for all the young men out there. Jail is a serious thing. You don't want to be there. You don't want to end up there because what they do is they have to check your butt cheeks, right? They have to check it to make sure you don't have a weapon there. It's emasculating and it makes you feel less like a man, right? You have to you're in a prison, you're in a facility with other men, right? Hardened criminals as that too. Maybe some are innocent, of course. Of course, we take that into consideration. But you're not free. They give you nasty food. You're not free.
They dehumanize you. And the thing is, when you finally get your freedom, the very first thing you do is you do something to get you right back into prison. And the thing that's crazy, right, is like,
and you know why he did it? Think about that. Because he's a criminal. He didn't acquire his gains and resources the right way. Because the proper thing he should have done was sue her, ask her money, ask for his money back, ask for his belongings. Okay, you've become successful with the things I've given you. Give it to me back. That's the most sensible thing. But he can't even do that. He can't even go through the legal system to get his money back because he was a criminal.
I'm gonna push back a little bit, right? I'm gonna push back a little bit because now we have to understand that you just said it earlier that she didn't. There's no bill of divorce. We don't know any, right? So he's married. So even from a spiritual standpoint, she committed adultery, period, point blank. Period, point blank. Yeah. So now this man also is Muslim, right?
He's Muslim too?
I think they both Muslim. And he said, "Thank Allah and that you alive," or whatever the case may be.
I think she said that. No?
In any case, the point being is that right? She committed adultery. And at that point in time, you telling me that, you see, according to the Quran, according to Torah, like, there's grounds for her being unalive. Now, I'm not condoning what I'm not condoning it. I think the guy could have been more sensible. I agree with you. But these are the kind of things where it's just like, we covered this recently, right? With another man and how, she had sex with her relative. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the kind of stuff where it's just like, do we agree with the man retaliating against the woman? No. But when you're in such a rage of passion, it's just like, can you really blame somebody for not thinking completely straight? I mean, again, this dude, he was married to her, had a child with her, and he trusted her with all his wealth. And this is what you do? I don't even think he would have gotten mad if she just flipped it and made more money. I think the real thing that got him pissed off was that flipped it, made more money, and married another man, and now she's flaunting the wealth and her success on social media.
That's what it is. Because had you hold it down, you flip this money, you've created an empire. He could have easily come back in, seen the success, and partake in the success.
That's it.
All of them is wrong. The man is wrong. She's wrong. Everybody's wrong. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. This is something that, come on, like just listening to the video, you can tell everybody is wrong. Yeah. From the jump.
911 call came at 1:49 p.m. Someone shot a woman at Platinum Cuts. Blood's everywhere. Her kid's here. Paramedics arrived to a grim scene, blood pooling on the floor, Tiffany unresponsive. Despite frantic efforts, she was pronounced dead at 2:04 p.m. Homicide detective Raymond Martinez, a rookie with a sharp eye, took charge. Yellow tape sealed the shop, shell casings marked, security footage reviewed. The video was chilling. A man enters, fires, and walks out, calm as death. Witnesses confirmed Armin's identity, his name already burning through police systems. Unholy Crime Secrets listeners, what would you do? Face a threat head-on or abandon everything you've built? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more stories that uncover the truth. Share this episode to keep Tiffany's fight for justice alive. Her children need us. The manhunt for Armin Hilton gripped Philadelphia. An all-points bulletin marked him armed and dangerous. Tips flooded in. A gas station in Chester, a hideout in North Philly, rumors of a Delaware escape. Armin knew the streets, his network a fortress of silence built on fear and favors. Fake IDs, cash withdrawals, whispers of fleeing the country. His trail was a maze. Philadelphia and Chester police struggled across jurisdictions. Resources stretched thin as other cases piled up. The community rallied, the Muslim community holding prayers at a local mosque. Tiffany's father,
So that's weird to me. So the Muslim community was holding prayers for her?
There's nothing Muslim about her, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not getting it. Like, I see no hijab, no covering, no nothing. And are they promoting the adultery? Like, I'm very confused, to be quite honest. Like, how did the Muslim come to that conclusion to support this woman?
Well, look.
And what is? Do you think she was part of like a true like Islam community or like Nation of Islam? And not to disparage Nation of Islam, but like I just don't see how they could have supported this woman.
It sounded like she was part of Islam, like she grew up Islam. I would not assume it's the Nation of Islam because they would mention that, and they did mention a mosque. So I would assume that she's part of Islam, I wouldn't say regular, but like, the Arabian, Middle Eastern Islam.
You have Naftali Jacob saying being in a satanic Islamic faith is very popular among convicts, Black Philly community. In their mind, it's a black thing. LOL. Yeah, I'm wondering if they just rallying behind and that's why. And again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be, just paint stereotypes here, but that's why I said Nation of Islam, because I just don't see why you would support this woman, especially when she committed adultery. Again, I'm not justifying her unaliving, but it's just like, yo, this girl was clearly off.
They probably don't know the details. You got to understand, some people, when they have funeral services or when they have these vigils or memorials of somebody passing, they don't typically reveal everything that they did, right?
Right.
They like to clean up people's images.
That's true.
Stuff of that nature. And in the beginning, they did say that she was spitting out Quran verses in the morning.
Sure.
So I'm going to assume that she was part of, Islam.
Hollow figure amid condolences. Social media exploded with hashtag Justice for Tiffany.
Like, look at this, showing her boobs and everything. Like, all right, I won't spend too long on this.
Though some comments stung. Why keep his properties? She knew who he was. Victim blaming cut deep, but Tiffany's legacy stood taller. Her eldest daughter, now the family's rock, carries her mother's spirit. On Tiffany's first birthday after her death, she posted a gut-wrenching tribute. Mom, you made every birthday a holiday. This year we kept it quiet, but I hate you're gone. I'm raising these kids like you did. Ford tough. Tiffany's Instagram, now a memorial, echoes with, your legacy lives on. Her businesses, her children, her faith, proof of a life that refused to be dimmed. Tiffany's case laid bare systemic failures. Threats dismissed as words until they turned deadly. How many others live in fear? One prison release or property deed from violence. Armin Hilton remains a federal fugitive, charged with murder, robbery, and firearms violations, with a $20,000 reward for his capture. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-79-923, offers help 24/7, a lifeline for those in Tiffany's shoes. Tiffany Wade was no mere victim. She was a nurse, a visionary, a mother who turned a criminal's assets into a legacy of light. Her story on Unholy Crime Secrets warns us how love can morph into obsession, how trust can cost everything. Where is Armin Hilton? Will justice find him? Join us next time for another mystery that demands answers. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode to honor Tiffany's memory. If you or someone you know needs help, call 1-879-973. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and let's
So
keep
this
seeking the
is
truth.
this is crazy, y'all. So I have to do some research on this, but the way he's speaking is like the dude didn't even get caught. Like he's still running.
He's still at large.
Man, this is crazy. And but the thing I don't, what I wanted to challenge just something they said towards the end, like a story about love. Like I don't think love had anything to do with it. It sounds like this girl, and many women operate this way, which is unfortunate. But they tend to like the bad boy, right? Because she knew of his reputation. Everybody in the block, Philly knew about this guy's reputation, and she's still, even though she's a nurse, and this is the kind
A
of stuff that's
nurse at
amazing.
20. At
So
20.
she's extremely smart, yeah. Book smart anyway. Book smart anyway. She's extremely smart, and she still chose to saddle herself up with a known criminal within the community. I don't know if this has anything to do with love, but I will say this: a lot of times, because of females' hypergamous nature, if they looking at it, because as a nurse, you're making pretty good money, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Anywhere you are, you're gonna make pretty good money. So she's probably looking at it like, okay, this guy, even if it's illegal, but because this guy is making good money himself, I'm gonna saddle up with this dude. And this is how a lot of these women think.
Yeah, but the common sense, how is he making his money? Is it sustainable? Obviously, it's not if
They
he's
don't
going to
care.
prison.
They don't care, bro.
But you see, so it cannot, we cannot say it's victim blaming. She got what she got. Let's say she made her bed and she lied in it.
That's it. Little Lake Lot said people are wicked, and that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm finding it extremely hard. I feel sorry for if anybody. I feel sorry for the children.
Yes.
Because I don't think they know the nuances. Maybe as they get older, and especially now that it's on social media, so they're looking at all of this stuff, they might piece together some of the pieces of the puzzle. I feel sorry for them, but I don't feel sorry for neither Ahmad nor Tiffany. Armin or Tiffany. Like these are two individuals. They both made mistakes for very different reasons, but I agree with Little Lake Lodge. Like this is just wickedness all over the place, and I can't understand how they choosing to somehow celebrate this woman for committing adultery. But I want to hear from you guys in the chat, yeah, men and women. Like, do you think Armin was stupid for giving his finances over to his wife? I really want to know because I'm a bit torn. I covered a video in times past with this. I believe it was a football player, and before he got divorced, he actually gave his money to his mom. That was the crazy part. He gave his money to his mom because he actually could predict that his wife was going to try to take it. And when she tried to get his money after the divorce, legally she couldn't because it was all under the mom's name.
Yes, but think about how Armin made his money and why he gave it to Tiffany in the first place. That's why. That's the only reason why he gave it to Tiffany, so they won't seize his assets, because he was a criminal.
Yeah, but I think I'm going past it a little bit. Like, okay, even beyond just him being a criminal, should men give their money over to their women? Because again, this touches on the spirit of why prenups are made in the first place. I mean, like, I'm very curious, y'all. Do y'all trust your women with your finances? Because I'm of the mindset that I would think it would be common sense. Like if you're in a loving relationship, then why not, right? That's your wife. Yeah, we are two are one flesh. I don't see why you couldn't trust her. But in a situation like this, clearly you see what took place. In the football situation that I just mentioned, this man gave his money to his mom because everything he earned as a football player, I think he was a soccer player actually.
Yeah, football, soccer, same thing.
But everything that he made, he put it under his mom. And then when he got divorced, he was completely protected. Like, is this how far men have to go nowadays just so that they can secure their assets?
I think it depends on the circumstance. If you met her and y'all both were broke and you guys elevated together, I think you can. If you was rich by yourself and on your own, then no. I think it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
Right?
Little Lake says, That is the only conclusion I can come to. The spirit world uses our wickedness against us like clockwork. Man, this it's so crazy, y'all. But I really would love to hear from you. But I like what you're saying, James, because I agree. I think actually that could apply for both men and women. Like if you build up if you build success prior to even meeting this individual, it probably would be wise for you to just sign a prenup or like find some way to protect your assets. Because and it's sad that we gotta even speak like this, but this world has become so wicked and marriage don't mean nothing nowadays. Like with a 50% divorce rate, right? I mean, marriage don't mean anything. So
Yeah,
here you are, you saddled up with somebody, and lo and behold, like they're not even gonna truly hold you down.
yeah. This is why the whole red pill community exists, right?
Right.
Because they teaching men to get prenups. They teaching men to, you know, not get married. They teaching men to, you know, protect your assets because the divorce rate is so high. It's because of this, unfortunately. Because marriage, because the sanctity of marriage, the institution of marriage is no longer what it used to be. People don't value it as much. And therefore, this is why we have men are walking around, walking to protect themselves, literally. So, man,
Yeah.
this video is, to me, this video is not sad at all because it's just like we see this every day. You're absolutely right. The only people we should feel sorry for is the actual children because they're the ones that have what they don't have a mom and they don't have a father.
Yeah, because he's on the run. It's the craziness. You have Nathalie Jacob saying, I'm a South Francisco, California native living in Wilmington, Delaware for a year now. It is weird to see the so called, I'm assuming American Muslim, my neighbor's black woman dressed in hijab, abaya, niqab, etc. The next day in their 3 or 4 type. Man,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like some of the pictures that Tiffany Wade, quote unquote, Muslim, but she got her cleavage out. Like,
You can't, the whole point of being Christian was to be set apart and dressed a certain way. True or false?
yeah,
The whole point of being Muslim is also to be set apart and you dress a certain way. So that way you, as a religious person, are different from how the rest of the world operates.
yeah.
How can you tell that she's a Muslim when she's dressing like an everyday average person? Think about it. She want to dress like the world. How could you tell she's Muslim? You see what I'm
Man.
saying? And her actions don't reflect that of being a Muslim.
No, I agree. It actually it reflects, just like Nathalie Jacob said, that of a 304. That's what I'm saying. You if you got a 304 as a wife, how you gonna? And that's we got on her for choosing him, but maybe we need to get on him for choosing her as well. Like there's some signs that when choosing a woman, where it's just like, was she truly Muslim? You know what I'm saying? Was she devout in her faith truly?
They don't mention that he was Muslim at all. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying was she actually Muslim truly, and was she devout as she claimed to be?
He seemed
I
like
know.
a regular street dude. The video doesn't say that he's Muslim. So
No, you're not. No,
he's
I'm not saying she. I'm not saying him. I'm saying her. Was she Muslim truly in function for him to even have chosen her to be like, okay, she looks like a woman with some type of standards, with some type of moral background. You get
he's
that's
a
what I'm talking
criminal.
about. But that's what I'm saying.
There's no
So, yeah,
standard for him. I mean, there probably is a standard for him, but that's what I'm saying. He's a regular street dude. He looking at her. She probably street too. I like what I see. I want to marry you, and they have a son together.
the standard for these men is what exactly? Just you
He's
fat
a
ass.
street dude. Yes, looks. He's not a Christian. He's not a Muslim. He's a criminal.
Yo,
What's that? The only standard is loyalty. That's what they said, loyalty. And
that's
she
it.
was unloyal to him. That's why she got messed up.
You know that you touching on a topic though, loyalty, because many people weaponize that term. Like it's such a virtue that people try to champion, right? Like loyalty, but loyal to what? Loyal to what? Because again, I don't think like some people, and to her, I guess to in her defense, right? It's like when you find out what someone is truly about, and by no means am I saying that she got bamboozled into this thing. I think she knew exactly what she got into, right? But what I'm saying is that people like to throw that term out there, loyalty, and make it seem as if that, oh, you know, where's the loyalty nowadays? But if the dude is a bum, if the woman is a bum, you being loyal to what? You see, so sometimes you do. It's like you gotta understand. It's like some people make choices where it's like they opt out. They're like, nah. But I think this is more of a reason why if that woman really wanted out, she should have done the right thing, which is like, yo, y'all should have formally gotten divorced. Don't accept the money. Period. Don't accept his money. Period. And especially have the nerve to take his money and flip it. And this is what I'm saying. Like people, they put everything on social media.
Yeah, because
they
want
put
to
their
glow.
whole life on social media. And then did you notice they said too? Was it pride? You get what I'm saying? Or was she in terms of staying in Philly? Like she, with all that money, you could have just dipset. Again, I'm not trying to help the woman get scot-free. But I'm just saying, like, she literally posted everything on social media and then stayed there, even though she knew the man was threatening her. And this is so bizarre, and it's like has so much nuance. And in the midst of all of it, all I keep thinking to myself is just like, yo, is this dude necessarily wrong for wanting retaliation when it was his money and you committed adultery? Look, this is no one deserves to be unalive though.
Look,
right? But
just because you went to school and you have all that knowledge, don't mean you have wisdom. She graduated. They said at 20 she became a nurse real fast. That's a fast achievement. You would think someone as educated as her would have wisdom, but clearly not. So it's to show you that knowledge does not equate to wisdom.
Look, check this out. It
doesn't equate to wisdom at all.
Check this out. This is one of the conversations they had.
Aged.
About you, I snap on it because I look at you different. Why the fuck did you worry about my baby mom? I don't give a yo. If you ever was to talk to nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that bitch. That bitch ain't on my level. She ain't the fuck nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me. I didn't know that bitch.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. To touch you again, I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing his fucking head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison on everything.
Yo, he said straight up, if you marry this dude, I'm blowing his head. Like he made it so clear what type of dude he was. Like he don't even care.
You see, so you was right. It wasn't the fact that she took the money and she expanded it and made it multiply. It's the fact that she's marrying this other dude. Where's the loyalty? Where's the loyalty?
That's what I'm saying. I think any sensible man, right, fellas, please chime in. Any sensible man, if I give my wife money and she flips it and makes it grow, that's what she's supposed to do. Man, anybody would clap it up, be like, yo, you just made my money grow. Hell yeah. But she committed adultery. And this is a very nuanced thing. Like we live in a society where women could commit adultery and then they could go scot-free or they're protected by the law. In what world do we live in? This is like the Twilight Zone. So now you could look at Armin one way. Yeah, is he a criminal? Yes. Is he foolish for trying to go back to prison? Yes, even though he's on the run right now. But she committed adultery, y'all. That trumps anything that this man did in his past. You, especially as a Muslim, because again, they're not Hebrews, they're not Israelites, whatever. We get that, but at least I've read the Quran. They have some level of morals. If you read the Quran, you still entered into a covenant with this man. You made him your husband, and then you're gonna commit adultery. So look, at that point in time, look, it's very hard for me to really feel sorry for this girl.
I don't give a fuck I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. All right. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill the nigga.
2 months.
So stop throwing it in my face. She's keep posting her success in social media. Stop throwing it in his face. What happened to discretion? What happened to discretion?
Mercy.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like common sense. Common sense. She didn't take his threats seriously.
That's it.
She didn't take his threats seriously.
Yep, that's what it is.
They're both foolish. And the fact that he said he's willing to go to prison again, it shows his mindset. He's crazy.
Yep.
Everything is out of order. Everything is out of order.
This one telling you because that's my mindset. I will go there.
In another message read, I'ma get it done. If you ever thought you was gonna get away with trying to play me like you did, bitch, you don't know who the fuck I am. I'm a psychopath. I don't want to wish. I will do it. I will get it done. That's what you don't understand about me. He continued, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you do. You ain't making it out of Philly. That boy is the only reason you're still walking around. So you better thank my son and Allah. Ever wondered what your home looks like?
It was him that said, you better think Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Now, why would he say that? Was he Muslim himself?
Either he was Muslim himself, or she probably understands that, yo, you at the very least are Muslim. You are at the very least a Muslim, so you should know better. This is what I'm saying. And again, that adds even more nuance. Like this man, he's saying you better think you're our son. So it's like he's probably looking at it like, yo, I don't even want to do this to you. Like we have a son already. Like we already so connected, but like this girl, she crossed the boundary.
She was a red flag to begin with. She had 2 children, single mom. She got up with this dude. Wait. I just now thought about it. You have 2 children and you're gonna mess with a criminal? You're gonna endanger the lives of your children? Like I just thought about just now.
That's true. So
you see what I'm saying? Is this like, and you have a son with him.
Yo.
Miserable.
Crazy.
I'm happy. I just want you to pay. And you're going to before I leave this country. Tiffany didn't hide these threats. She posted the conversations online, letting the world see the kind of fear she was living with. Some people said he was just bitter, unable to move on while she had. But others believed there was more to her posts than just venting. She was warning people. She was documenting her truth. Maybe even leaving breadcrumbs, just in case. Because she knew exactly what kind of danger was coming.
Press pause.
And yet she still tried to live.
Pause. Why not go to the police? He's threatening you. You have the evidence. Why are you going to post it on social media and not to the police? You see what I'm saying? Everything is just going downhill from here. Like there's no common sense. There's no wisdom at all. The man is threatening you and your family and your life. You don't go to the police.
Yeah.
Still tried to love. Still tried to inspire. Until the day he made good on every one of those threats. North Philadelphia, the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue. In this neighborhood, barbershops aren't just for haircuts. They're where men gather, where news travels, where everyone knows everyone. Platinum Cuts sat between a check-cashing store and a corner deli. Just another storefront in a city where violence claimed 514 lives in 2023. 40 minutes away in Chester, Armand Hilton moved through familiar streets. Chester and Philadelphia, close enough to share crime, far enough to hide in. Saturday, October 7th, 2023, 7 a.m. Tiffany woke in her Philadelphia home. The same routine, prayers first, then coffee, then checking overnight orders for her hair extension business. Breakfast with her 3 children. The eldest helped with the youngest. Normal family chaos. A client needed home care services for their elderly mother. Another wanted premium hair extensions for a wedding. Her final Instagram story. Stay focused. Your time is coming. Cut out distractions. She had no idea.
What's up?
Stop. black women gotta stop with this hair extension business. Y'all could do so much more. Like this is, I know this is like a pet peeve of mine, but it's just like it has to be said. Why is it got to be hair extensions? Come on now. But whatever. That was just me. That was just me being petty.
I was about to say, man, get the hell out of here with your black shit. You up here? We talking about crime. You talking about hair extensions?
That's just me being petty, bro. That's just me being petty.
Yo, man, I'm like, what the hell is this nigga talking about right now? Yo, it's crazy. The Womanati said, I'm not saying he was right. Ding sure not saying he was totally wrong either. Yeah. This is a lot of nuance, man. Let's go.
She was posting her last moment. 12:30 p.m. Come on, baby. Time for your haircut.
Look at that. This is Muslim? This is Muslim? Oh, my God.
Hey,
Her 7-year-old son climbed into the car. Just another Saturday errand. Platinum Cuts was 15 minutes away, driving down Broad Street, then turning onto Lehigh Avenue, the same route she'd taken dozens of times. She arrived at 1:15, parking outside the barbershop. Security cameras on the corner captured her arrival. Her son jumped out, excited. He loved haircut days. Inside Platinum Cuts, the familiar smell of hair products and aftershave, barbers nodding hello. Her son climbing into the chair, cape wrapped around his small shoulders. Other customers chatting about the Eagles game. Normal Saturday barbershop talk. Tiffany scrolled her phone, responding to messages about hair orders. At 1:45 p.m., the doorbell chimed. Someone entering.
Hollywood is a place
where... bear with us real quick.
She didn't look up at first. A familiar voice, Tiffany, she recognized. Terrified she'd become, she looked up. Armand Hilton stood in the doorway. 2 shots, one to her torso, one to her head. He wasn't there to have a conversation. He told her he will come for her one day, and that is exactly why he was there. The gunshots echoed through Platinum Cuts barbershop. For a moment, nobody moved. The clippers stopped buzzing. Conversations died mid-sentence. Then a child's scream cut through the silence. High, desperate, primal. Mommy, mommy! Her son screamed from the barber chair, their 7-year-old son, cape still around his neck, watching his mother fall.
Damn, this dude's cold-blooded, bro. So he did it right in front of his son. Right in front of his son. Whoa.
And turned running, leaving his own...
You see the type of character he is, and this is the person that she chose to sleep with and have a child with. This is the type of individual that she slept with. He was a known criminal. He has no heart. You do that in front of your son. You don't give a damn about your son. And clearly he didn't give a damn about you. All he cared about was money. All he cared about was loyalty, money, respect, the typical things that criminals care about.
One child's cries behind. She knew he was looking for her. She posted his threats publicly. Why didn't she leave Philadelphia? Why did she stay where he could find her? Right. Was it courage? Was it defiance? Or was it something else? Pride. The belief that he wouldn't really do it, not in front of their son. 1:49 p.m. First.
You mentioned that too. Why didn't she leave Philadelphia? She could have gone anywhere. You just mentioned that.
Right. I mean...
911 call. Someone just shot a woman. Platinum Cuts on Lehigh. There's blood everywhere. She's not moving. Her kid is here. The shooter just walked out. Black male, 40s, heading east. Within minutes, West Lehigh Avenue filled with sirens. Police cars, ambulances, fire trucks. The entire block shut down. Paramedics worked on Tiffany Wade. 2 gunshot wounds. One to the torso, one to the head. Blood pooled on the barbershop floor while her son watched, still wearing the haircut cape. The paramedic looked at his partner and shook his head. Time of death, 2:04 p.m., October 7th, 2023. Tiffany Wade, known as Tiffany, was gone. Homicide detectives arrived. Yellow tape stretched across the barbershop entrance. Evidence markers placed next to shell casings. Photographers documented every angle. Detective Raymond Martinez, 20 years on the force, took charge. First priority, the security cameras. 2:30 p.m. Inside the barbershop office, Martinez watched the footage. A man enters at 1:47 p.m. No hesitation. 2 shots. Witness interviews began. The 7-year-old boy sat with a crisis counselor,
Muslim.
unable to
This
speak.
is Muslim.
Trauma
right?
does that to children.
Yeah.
This is Muslim, right?
Yeah, Womanati say, can we equally say she was a fool too?
Oh,
She
we've
knew
been
his
said
history.
that. We've been said that.
She knew his history. Why would you play with a violent man and killer? Johnny X Tapito, they both were dumb. Hey,
Thank
bless you, my brother. Shalom, my brother. Shalom. Yo, this is wild, y'all. But you right, you said it right. How is this Muslim? That's what I'm saying. It's like, man.
Children. His last image of his mother would be her falling to the floor. 3 p.m., no weapon recovered. 2 shell casings collected. 9mm. The killer took his gun with him. Back at police headquarters, the name went into the system. Armand Hilton, age 44, last known address in Chester, Pennsylvania. His record filled the screen: kidnapping, holding a 17-year-old for ransom, armed robbery, weapons violation, and assault. The detective whistled. This guy's been busy. 4 p.m., the motive became clear when detectives checked Tiffany's social media, screenshot after screenshot of threats. She'd posted them all publicly, a digital trail of escalating violence. 4:30 p.m., the all points bulletin went out. Armand Hilton, armed and dangerous, do not approach. Every cop in Philadelphia, Chester, and surrounding counties had his photo. Social media exploded. Justice for Tiffany started trending within hours. But the comments revealed a community divided. She was a queen. 3 businesses, 3 kids. She didn't deserve them.
But she was a queen. Chat. Who you think probably said that? What demographic of people you probably thought said that she's a queen? Yo, you see, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about. It's like I could tell the women just rallied together. They didn't care what the hell she did. They don't care about her background. They don't care that she flaunted her success in front of this man. It just, she's a queen, boss babe, right? That's all. Yo, that beehive mentality, how these women flock together, is crazy.
And the thing is, the business. If you see what, notice when we pick apart the story bits and pieces, we realize how foolish, how dumb, how immoral it is. You're opening 3 businesses with illegal money, with criminal money.
Right. Exactly.
Like it's just, it just gets worse and worse and worse from different angles.
Because you made a good point, because even if, let's suppose if he did that same thing, right, came into the store, tried to shoot her, and let's say he failed at unaliving her. If they investigated that, they probably very well could have said, hold on, you have 3 businesses with criminal money?
Shut it down.
Yo, shut it down. How you can't expect something good if the origins is wicked. Like, I don't understand what world she was living in where she thought that she was going to live a happily ever after. I mean, this is like, watch, if anybody ever watches Power or any other criminal show, you get what I'm saying? Like, these things never end up well.
Never.
You can't deal with wickedness and expect some righteous, ending. This is wild, y'all.
Yes. But for people who knew something, their comment differ. Why did she keep his properties, though? She knew who he was. Victim blaming at its finest. A woman is dead. The Muslim community organized prayers at the local mosque. Tiffany's father stood outside, accepting condolences, his face hollow with grief. An intensified search followed. At 6 p.m., tips poured in. The FBI entered the case. The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office filed formal charges: murder in the first degree, robbery, violation of the Uniform Firearms Act, all against Armand Hilton, who hadn't been seen since he walked out of Platinum Cuts barbershop. $20,000 reward for information leading to arrest and conviction. The announcement echoed across news stations, social media, street corners. Someone, somewhere, knew where he was hiding. Interstate flight to avoid prosecution turned a local murder into a federal manhunt. Resources multiplied. The net widened. I saw him at a gas station in Chester. He's hiding in North Philly. My cousin says he's trying to get to Delaware. Each tip had to be verified. Each sighting investigated. Resources stretched thin. But Armand knew these streets, knew how to disappear. Had friends who owed him favors and enemies who feared him enough to help. Travel preparations emerged. Fake ID purchases, cash withdrawals, Talk of leaving the country once he handled business. The streets have their own laws. Armand's network ran deep. Former cellmates, old crew members, people who owed him, people who feared him. They formed a wall of silence. Chester Police and Philadelphia Police struggled to coordinate. Different jurisdictions, different systems, different priorities. Time lost in translation. Some family members cooperated fully. Others stayed quiet, not from loyalty to Armand, but from fear. They knew what he was capable of, had seen it before. The manhunt drained resources, overtime costs mounting, other cases piling up, pressure from the community, pressure from the media. Everyone wanted Armand caught yesterday. The question burned in everyone's mind. Where was Armand Hilton? Was he hiding in plain sight? Had he fled the state? The country? Was someone sheltering him? While police continued their search for justice, 3 children quietly gather each year to celebrate what they now call a heavenly birthday, a tribute to their late mother, Tiffany. The weight of her absence sits heavy, but it's the eldest daughter who has stepped into her mother's shoes, holding the family together with strength beyond her years. On one of Tiffany's birthdays after her passing, the eldest daughter poured her heart out in a deeply emotional post. "Happy birthday, Mommy. Since your passing, I've handled every single special day just like you would have. Every year, you went all out for your birthday. It's literally a holiday, Lo. But this year, I just wanted to enjoy my siblings without the pressure of planning a big event or entertaining everyone, while still trying to accept that you're not here anymore. We did things a little different this time. We miss you so much. I hate that you're not here, but I'm so grateful to be able to take care of these little ones just like you did. You really built me Ford tough. Your legacy will live on." It's a heartbreaking yet powerful reflection of love, loss, and resilience, even in her absence.
So I'm gonna stop right here because a lot of this is like recap, but this is just the kind of stuff where it's just like, yo, man, you know, they trying to get us to sympathize for it with this situation, and the only people I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier. The only people I actually feel sorry for is the children. That boy, I didn't know that his mom died right in front of him. I mean, that could probably scar anybody for the rest of their life. But it's just like, and then it's very clear too. I do want to land on saying this, like even the father. I know we saying like he doesn't care about the children, but it's almost like remember that one account? I think it was Ezra or Nehemiah, where he just like put away the women and the children out, right? Do you remember that account?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is kind of like you do that because if the woman ain't shit, it's like the child that proceeds forth out of them. I'm not saying that's right, but that's how they thinking. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, you and your mother could go, right? So that's how he probably looking at it. Like that's why he probably like, man, I don't give 2 shits about this son. It's only gonna remind me of this wicked woman anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then that boy too, if he stood around his son, that son could grow up bitter, trying to take revenge on his own father. It's a whole complicated mess, man. So it's just like he's probably looking at it like I'm cutting ties with anything related to Tiffany Wade. I'm cool off of that. And it's just crazy how this dude could just disappear. Like he knows the streets that well. Like this dude.
He's married to the streets. He's married to the game. Like, like these, like we have these sayings for a reason. Like this case is not unique. It happens way too often. And the Black community got to wake up. This happens way too often. This thing, it happens so much in real life that people make movies off of this. Like you have the Tyler Perrys that make movies off of dysfunction.
Yeah.
We have TV shows based on this. We have Tubi movies based on this dysfunction. Like it happens way too often.
Yeah. Tiffany Wade. And just even looking at the screen, it says a story of love, loss, and resilience. Man, I don't see the resilience here. Like, I don't see this narrative that they're trying to push.
Look, she just Look, let's just keep it real. She didn't want to continue being a nurse, right? She didn't want to continue being a medical thing. She wanted something fast. She wanted something easy. She wanted something thrilling. She wanted something, exciting. So she got what she want. She got what she wanted. Now you have this money that you didn't work for. Now you got this money that was probably taken from other people. You have this money. You have these resources that was, Lord knows what he did to get it. You didn't really care about him. You just cared about the lifestyle and the material goods that it came with. That's what it is. Let's just keep it a buck. These people that engages in that type of activity, they don't really like the individual. They like the things that they get from the individual. Because the minute he went to prison, you didn't hold him down. You took his goods and you build your own empire. That's what you did. And now when he came to collect, you didn't have nothing in return for him. You could have easily given his, if your 3 businesses were that successful, give him back his money. Make him even.
But
and
remember,
move about your life.
Remember, it's not, I don't think it was about the money. It was about the adultery. He like, yo, if you deal with this nigga, I'm gonna kill y'all. That's what really set him off.
You see? Yeah. So
and it was so crazy. Think about it. Like, she probably took the money from a dude that, like you said, she probably don't really even care for it that much. And she probably married the guy that she probably was in love with. You know what I'm saying? And now you can't have none of them because, like, you were just trifling, period.
She lost everything.
Literally.
Everything.
You can't be there for your children. You can't be there for your business. Can't be there with your husband.
Yo,
like, this girl lost everything. All she was trifling, man.
Look, so this is a lesson for all the young women out there. Don't mess with criminals. Don't mess with criminals. They're not exciting. They put your life in danger. This is not a thrilling thing. Go mess with the dudes that are respectable, that have jobs, that work 9 to 5. Work with the guys that are boring, AKA the lame ones, right? Because at least they won't bring you this much embarrassment. That's one. And all you men out there, stop, don't date these caliber of women, right? Go find you a woman that don't have children, that you can start your life with. If you're in college, find you a woman in college and build a life together. Don't waste your time. Don't resort to criminal activity.
All right, man. Anyway, if you guys like the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff. It does definitely help y'all. And also, please do us a favor. When the live is over, please leave a comment in the actual comment section. I do appreciate all of you who did engage. That's all we got, y'all. With that being said, Nick, James, over and out. Jesus is king.